Hello, a couple of days ago I posted a review of the Steam Link, a brilliant little box. Along with the Link I also have the Steam controller. So I just want to run through my findings so far. I've only been using this for maybe a week or so, and I've not really had a full chance to test it with a massive range of games. What I want to do today is demonstrate the Steam controller in use with a selection of games that I've been playing. So the first thing to know about the controller, you've probably all seen the design. One thumbstick, and then you get this trackpad, and you can hear a slight clicking Geiger counter type noise when you're using it. That's not really an issue when you're actually playing the games. It's actually really easy to use when you're playing the games. You don't notice it at all. Plenty of buttons on this for those who like buttons. You've got two back pedals, you've got a couple of shoulders, you've then got the main trackpad, you've got another pad on this side. These buttons I've found, you've got the usual Xbox style buttons, but they're a bit too small for my liking. I'd much rather they were slightly larger. This comes with a dongle, so you can just use it on a regular PC, or you can use it with the Steam Link. Very easy to set up. You will need to make sure that the dongle's not hidden behind cables and monitors and things like that, and so it does come with an extension lead as well. So let's take a look at the controller in use. First up, we've got Rocket League. This isn't a game I've played too much of. This came bundled with the controller and the Link, and you could see just a second ago the mouse trackpad was useful for the camera. Of course, if you have this camera locked onto the ball, that's a bit irrelevant in this particular game. And what you'll actually notice is in Rocket League, I don't make use of the two control pads at all. It's all about the acceleration, brake, the booster and the main thumbstick. But overall I found the controller works really well. It sits nicely in the hand. I would like the little buttons to be a little bit bigger, but otherwise no real issue. I think this is still something I just need to get used to over the Xbox. Now, I am new to this. I have no idea how I managed to do this, but somehow I managed to fluke a goal. I didn't manage to keep up this lucky performance, so we'll end that here because I think we actually lost 4-1 in the end. I think I may have scored the only goal in that game. But no problems with Rocket League. So next up we've got Evo Land 2, excellent game, platformer, RPG, all sorts. Definitely recommend it if you've not played it. Again, what you'll notice is I'm only really using the control stick and the buttons. I'm not actually making use of the trackpad, and again, no problem with this at all. I've played on this for quite a while. No issues using this for platformers. It worked really well. Control straight out of the box, didn't have to set anything up. Next up, a bit of third-person action fun, and again, no real problems here. Could control it really easily because of the buttons. The camera movement here, you could use the mouse trackpad for camera movement, but the game does a really good job of orientating the camera around, so you don't actually need to move it that much. Played on this for quite a while. Great game if you've not played it. Shadow of Mordor, get hold of it. And again, no problems at all. Picked it up straight away. No need to configure the controller. The controller worked straight away as you'd expect from something like an Xbox controller. Felt quite good in the hand. Again though, reminded that those buttons are very small, and occasionally I did press a couple of the buttons by mistake because they're a bit close together and not really big enough to differentiate between them. It's worth noting you can use the back paddle buttons a lot more in this game because that can be used for run if you prefer to press those. A bit easier than holding down any of the other little buttons. Now, Civilization 5, had to test this one out because this really makes great use of the trackpad, and this is really the first game I used where it made sense to use the Steam controller over an Xbox pad. So if you're in the living room, if you don't want keyboard and mouse out and about, then this comes in really handy. The triggers act as the mouse buttons, so left and right mouse button, and the pad acts as the mouse itself, and you can see it whizzes around quite nicely. Not quite as smooth maybe as a full-on mouse, but that's not really the point here. You can easily play this game with the Steam controller. It's nice and relaxed. Sit in front of your telly. Absolutely brilliant. Note I didn't do any setup for this actually. This was straight out of the box. Didn't need to map any of the zoom functions or mouse functions or anything like that. It just worked straight away as soon as I loaded up the game, and that made it quite enjoyable. I think for this to work properly, you want it to be as easy to use as an Xbox pad. You just want to plug it in and get the most out of it. Now, the only area that I've really struggled with this, and I don't know if this is just I need a bit more practice, is first-person shooters. Now, I think where I'm going wrong, what you'll see is when I'm trying to move around, turn my head and what have you, I'm sort of stroking the actual mouse pad. I think what I should be doing instead is holding the mouse over. So the rest of the controls are really nicely mapped. So you've got jump on the bottom, that's nice and easy. The triggers fire, you can reload as you'd expect. That all works brilliantly. And at the moment you can see while it's nice and calm, just doing the build phase, not really an issue. I can move around as I need to. However, if we then skip ahead now to when there's a bit of action, and when you are used to having the mouse to be able to move around and look where you want to really quick, I then found myself, it's not that intuitive. I found myself struggling a bit and panicking, and obviously I can't really aim that well. And you see I'm kind of stroking that trackpad quite a lot, when I think in fact I should be treating it more like a stick and just pushing it in a certain direction. But this is, of all the genres, this is the one genre I've been pretty disappointed with. Maybe, as I say, maybe I need a bit more practice, but I certainly miss my keyboard and mouse. So there you go, just a very quick roundup and demonstration of the Steam controller with a few different games. If you'd like to see me try it with some other games, feel free to leave a comment below and I may do a follow-up video. The controller itself, it feels well built. I'm not convinced that you need this over an Xbox pad or a keyboard and mouse. It certainly doesn't replace a keyboard and mouse. But if you have a Steam Link and you're looking to play something like Civilization on your TV, then this is an excellent option to consider rather than having keyboard and mouse sat in your living room. Hope you found this short video interesting. Any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.